Rachel and the Flying Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Oh, what a glorious morning! Made even better by the fact that we're joined right now by Rockstar Arms, Natalie Dow. Good morning, Nat.
Happy Monday, guys. Great to be back.
Good morning.
And what a beautiful morning this is. Nice and cool. It's not raining where you're at, right, Nat?
No, it's not. It is a beautiful morning because school's back for us today. So
that's why.
It's back to routine.
That's right.
And everyone's like, I think everyone in Singapore is officially back in school now, right?
Exactly right. I think this is the last lot.
Yeah. All the parents are rejoicing. Finally, I can do my lunches now.
Okay, so this morning we'll be talking about the latest health and fitness trends for 2024. So, let's start off with workouts. What is hot right now?
What is hot right now is knockout workouts. So these are projected to go mainstream 2024, which if you think about things like combat sports, so we're talking about karate, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, all of those which provide a great cardio challenge, but also people are turning to them to clear their head and to join a community. So if you haven't tried it, that could be your thing for 2024. But if that isn't for you, then apparently badminton globally is now trendy and making a comeback. So, it was always trendy in Singapore, I think. And of course, those who want maybe something a bit more dynamic, paddle tennis is certainly going from strength to strength.
I've been watching a lot of paddle tennis.
What's paddle tennis? Ping pong? No? I mean,
No,
it sounds
it's
like
tennis.
it. Why paddle
But it's
tennis?
played within a confined area.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a combo between squash and tennis on a smaller court with doubles. So it's really fun. It's easy to pick up. There's courts being built all over Singapore at the moment, so it's really gaining some traction.
So it's kind of like it's an indoor court?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
So have you tried it out, Nat?
I have tried it out. We played in the Maldives, and it was so much fun and super easy to pick up.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and it's the same with a tennis ball, a regular tennis ball, and the bats are the same, like the bats. See
Different.
how much
The
I
bats
know?
are different.
It's not a bat,
Different.
right?
Bats are smaller. Bats are a little bit smaller, and the tennis ball's a bit flatter. So you can hit it off the wall as well. So a bit like squash.
Squash, yeah.
And the courts are much smaller than a tennis court.
Wow, sounds interesting. I
Sounds
like it.
really a lot of fun. I want to try it out. I'm not sure where the courts are in Singapore. Have you been to the courts in Singapore, Nat?
Yeah, there's some at Sentosa, some at Geelong. There's one on Marina Square on the roof, and some being built at Dempsey at the moment as well with the cage.
Oh, wow.
And it's
Okay.
nice because it's not weather dependent, right? Like tennis is weather dependent. This you can play anytime because it's indoors.
Yeah, some are indoors, some are outdoors, but I think
right.
the outdoor ones are all currently putting roofs on after this wet season, so
Yeah.
so you can play anytime.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd rather paddle tennis than
regular tennis,
badminton.
right? Oh. Yeah, badminton's fun though, but no.
I feel like, badminton's not so cool. Whoa,
Yeah, no.
people who are watching right now who play badminton are going to hate me. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. To each his own.
Yes, to each his own. I mean, yeah, it depends. I think the speed's very different as well. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to find out a little bit more about what's trending, but more importantly, we're going to be working out. And if you are listening in and you're at home and you got some dumbbells or a water bottle next to you, pick them up because this will involve that.
All right, here we go. Meantime, Kygo and Whitney Houston, they're next. Higher Love on Kiss 92. Okay, let's
All right,
work out.
guys, we are working out. So
This
today
you
we
can
are
do.
doing, this you can do with a water bottle or one dumbbell. So not super hard for anyone. We are going to do a standing press, a single leg deadlift, right and left legs, and then tricep extension and a ground to overhead. So as I said, water bottle or dumbbell is fine. We're doing 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. So let's get ready to go. So first exercise, let's grab the dumbbell in front of us. Both hands are on it, and we're just pushing out. So bringing it back to our chest and pushing out. So we're working our arms, but we're also working our chest. So this is something you might do lying on the ground, but today we're doing a standing press. So just nice and steady. You obviously don't want to pick a dumbbell where you can't finish the exercise either. That means it's too hard or too heavy for you. So pick something that you can manage to get through the whole workout with. All right, stay with me. We've got 5 seconds to go. Good job. All right. If you need a rest, pop the dumbbell down. If you don't, hang on to it. Work on that grip strength in between sets. We're going to do a single leg deadlift now. So we'll start with our right leg. Dumbbells in the right hand. We're going to be balancing on our right leg as we come down. 3, 2, 1. So we're just coming down, touching the dumbbell and coming back up. Now, you want your knee not to be locked out. You just want a nice little bend in it, but we're not squatting. We're hinging from our hips down. You should feel it in the back of your hamstrings and in your glutes. And this is a really good one for balance too. Now, I've got shoes on. This is actually easier if you're doing it without shoes as well. So you get to grip the ground with your feet. You don't want to be wearing any big thick shoes for this. Let's do one more sneaky wrap there. Good job. We're going to change legs. So single leg exercise is always fantastic to do to work on strength and balance. All right, 5 more seconds, getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Coming back up. So kicking that leg out behind. It doesn't need to be a huge kick in the air, just bringing it behind. That's it, tapping down. Really feeling those hamstrings. You'll feel it in your quads a bit as well. And it's easier if you can just get a nice rhythm going. Don't think about it too much, just get on with it and do it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we are going for that tricep extension. Can't get away from working our triceps. So we'll be holding the dumbbell behind our heads with both hands around it, or just the water bottle, whatever you have. And we're reaching up, keeping our body completely still, feet fixed nice and steady on the ground. We're not rocking forward or back. We're just focused on those tricep muscles. You might feel a little bit of a burn. I can feel one already. That means it's working the right muscle. But stay with me if you can. Don't stop. We've got less than 10 seconds to go on these. 3, 2, 1. Good job. The next one we're going to do is we're going to alternate from the ground to overhead. So pop the dumbbell on the ground or the water bottle on the ground. We're going to have our feet further than hip width apart, toes pointed out, and we're going to go down. We're going to pick up the dumbbell and we're going to lift it over our head, and then we're going to bring it back to the ground, swap hands, and over our head. So just alternating. So you're bending your knees when you pick up that dumbbell. Don't be reaching over with your back. You don't want to do an injury. So it's a little squat, and then it's coming up over our heads. That's it. As you come up, reach nice and high. Take your time. Keep that dumbbell or water bottle close into your body as you bring it up. And good job. Well done, everyone. Excellent.
Yeah, that was so quick. What happened?
It was nice. You enjoyed it so much.
No, yeah, we really did. We were doing that here. I was using the chrome one. I think it's like 7 kilos or something.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is on that first move, the standing press, the forward press, Glenn was feeling it in his shoulders. I was feeling it in my biceps. Yeah. So where are you supposed to feel it?
Well, it is sort of a shoulder press.
Yeah.
So you just maybe need to engage your shoulders more when you bring it in. So put a little bit more of an arch in your back.
Okay, I'll do that for the second one. Yeah, just this bit here. Okay. That's great for tank tops, isn't it? Because I can feel that. The tank top press.
I like that. We should rename them all. We can name them to girls' exercises.
Yeah, just like the deadlift is like bikini press. You know what I mean? It's like peaches press.
So Nat, earlier on I was saying, the place I go to put me in a happy mood, if I have to go to a place, right? Is the gym. So the next question we're going to ask you is, are people heading back to the gym or working out at home?
Okay, we can do that.
We'll probably ask you on air once again. Oh, yeah, okay.
On
30
air,
seconds. Yeah, we'll ask you that question.
Okay, sure.
I like doing both, though. It's
Sorry,
like I get a lot of work done at home.
I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, as in working out.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you can do a combo, right? It's for different reasons. Yeah.
At the gym, I want to be seen. You see,
That's why, yeah.
It's probably the wrong reason.
That's where you wear your good stuff.
That's where you look heavy and look good.
Okay, stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
A couple of situations for you to look out for. The first is on the PIE towards the airport before Jurong Town Hall Road. Avoid lanes 1 and 2. An accident is taking up space. Also on the AYE towards the MCE. After Jurong Town Hall entrance, please avoid lane 2. An accident is causing quite a bit of congestion to the Jurong Town Hall exit. So look out for that. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Natalie Down. Should we get Natalie to take a listen to
the mystery travel sound?
Mystery travel sound?
Yes. And
shall we do that?
See if she can figure it out.
All right, Nat, we're going to play the mystery travel sound and see whether you can figure this out. I think we played it for you last week as well. Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
It's still the same sound, so we can give you a couple of clues, right?
Yes.
It is travel related. It doesn't have to be planes, trains, and automobiles. It's something that you'll do while you're overseas, and it's something that cannot be done in Singapore. So if you want to, you listened to it last week when we first started it. Let us know what you think today, because there's $6,000 worth of Expedia rewards points, but not for you, Nat.
It's not.
Yeah.
And
I've been listening all weekend too.
Yeah.
We've all been guessing every time we're in the car as to what we think it is.
Okay, what?
It's not wind blowing on the mountain. It's not jumping out of a plane. It's not skydiving. It's not ambient noise from inside a coach, and it's not hot air balloon burner firing up either.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think it is?
I think it's surfing on a wave.
Ooh, that's one we haven't got yet.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Might want to try that out when the boss is in the studio later.
Because we don't know what it is. We really don't.
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as ours. Okay, so we're talking about... just in case you didn't know, we're going to be doing that travel sound again at 9 o'clock.
That's right.
So if you think you know what it is, then you can call us then for the chance to win. But
right now, we're talking to Natalie Dow, Rockstar Arms, about the latest health and fitness trends for 2024. Are people heading back to the gym or working out at home, Nat?
Well, home workouts, that connected fitness has changed. The likes of the Peloton and the Mirror, are almost down the tubes. So people are continuing to cycle and run and outside, but they're also still doing their own home strength workouts, which is great. But meanwhile, I think what we're seeing is the high value, low cost gyms are getting the most traction out there. So something like an Anytime Fitness where it's a bit more self-serving. People are maybe cutting budgets around fitness a little bit because things are a bit tougher. So they're looking for alternate solutions. And if we are going to a boutique gym or looking at something, it's very, very specialized. So it might be a specific type of Pilates, or it might be a sports-based gym or trainer that you're engaging to get better at something specific. But I think, the general gyms are back in favor.
Yeah, I feel like having some sort of equipment at home is always helpful, and lots of people did purchase stuff during the lockdown, and there's a lot of sort of residual gym equipment that people still have at home.
Absolutely. And they're still using it, but maybe they're looking for some interaction or community back in the gyms. And of course, everyone went out and bought an expensive bike. So we're still seeing everyone out cycling, everyone out running every weekend.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a gym freak in that I like being part of a gym. Like I have a whole setup at home, just like Nat, I could work out at home. I also have a condo gym.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
I'm also a member of another gym outside.
Yeah.
At one point I was a member of 5 gyms.
That's only
So I just like to go to a different gym all the time,
More likely than not, he probably forgot about the other 4 gyms when he signed up for the 5th one.
Actually, you're right.
But having said that, we're talking about working out. We're talking about trends for the year. What about things like beauty?
Yeah, so face is out, body is in. So we're talking about multi-step self-care routines from the neck below. So we've been using retinol on our faces. Now it's all about retinol on our bodies for anti-aging our bodies. So they can be, that can be applied from neck to toes now. And body lotions are really coming into their own with new formulations. That the Glow Getter Butter is, a big trend at the moment that we're seeing all over TikTok. So it's about, not just looking after your face and slapping on all of that moisturizer. It's actually about looking after your body this year.
Retinol, wow. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have retinol baths soon.
Yeah, if it works, I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue to work out with Nat. Set number 2, exclusively on the Big Show TV. It's 8:16.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
All right.
All right, guys, we know what we're doing this time. We are getting ready for those standing push press. All right, counting down. 3, 2, 1, and out we go. As we just said, if you're not feeling your back muscles or your chest engage and you're using all biceps here, just as you're coming back, really squeeze in your back, squeeze in those lats, and try and think about using your muscles on the front. So really thinking about engaging them can help a lot sometimes. So that's it. Don't use just pure bicep strength. We're trying to use our chest here as well. All right, good job. Now, I challenge you, don't put the dumbbell down this whole time if you can avoid it. Holding on, we're going to do that single leg deadlift on our right leg. Getting ready to balance. 3, 2, 1, and down we go. Same leg, same arm. If you're looking to get your balance, just look, don't look straight down. Look maybe half a meter in front of you on the floor. That helps keep your balance. Good job. And as I said, if you're at home and you've got shoes on, take your shoes off for this one, definitely. All right, good work. A few more seconds to go. Great job. All right, switch hands with that dumbbell. Let's just wait. If you are looking to work on grip strength, the best thing, double dumbbells, 1 in each hand, and just do some walks. Such an easy thing to train and can make such a difference for your health. All right, let's go. We're doing left leg now. And with all single leg or arm exercises, of course, you'll always have one that's better than the other, one that's more stable and one that's stronger. So think about that when you're working out, because maybe you want to focus on any imbalances, which will help for any sport and help for any injury, because that's how we normally get injured, with an imbalance. Good job. A few more reps here. All right. Now we're on to those tricep extensions. Holding it back behind our heads, getting ready. Still got 10 seconds. Don't need to start these too early because they will burn. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, everyone. Remember, squeeze in that belly. You really even clench your butt so you're really grounded. That's it. So we're thinking about our triceps, but we're also thinking about our core here. You also should feel it maybe in the top of your shoulders and your back. Keeping that dumbbell nice and close. Almost there. Good job. All right, now you're allowed to put it down for this last exercise, of course, because we're doing our ground to overhead. So dumbbell should be long ways now. Toes pointed slightly out. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1. All right. And as we do these, make sure your other resting arm is not relaxing on your leg. We want to just keep it out to the side. So no pushing off our knees. That's it. As I said, keep this nice and close to you as you're bringing it up and down. And bending those knees to protect your lower back. Good job. Full extension as we get to the top. It's a great all-body workout, this exercise. And done. Well done, everyone. Awesome.
Oh, sorry. I was looking.
Right. That was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good, easy one to do.
Starting off with Rockstar Arms.
Going into South Africa with the tank top on, ready to go.
Yes, absolutely.
That felt really good, right? You can do that every day.
Yes, it felt
Can you
really, really
imagine if
good.
you
Yeah,
do that every day?
It felt really, really good.
Very manageable.
Yeah, do that because I do the bike at home. I'm very proud to have doubled my distance on the bike over the weekend because I've been completely dry for this entire year.
But so boring. I'm so bored of
Being dry?
my spin bike.
Oh, are you? No,
I'm
I'm
bored
okay.
with my treadmill, and I'm bored with my spin bike.
But you have a problem of getting bored with things
Very easily.
So I'm okay with my spin bike, but coming in and doing that kind of strength training in the mornings is a good idea.
Yeah,
true.
makes a difference. Even that quick, 10 minutes, that's all it takes.
Yeah, and that's so easy, so manageable. Okay, that's going to be my workout every day now.
That's good.
Right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Every day.
It'll-
Okay,
it'll
so,
tone you up real quick.
Anything else that we should be looking forward to in terms of trends?
Yeah, look, VR fitness is out there. I get asked about it all the time, but it still hasn't got a huge amount of traction. It still, needs a lot more development and is expensive. But the last thing is, I think wearables just year on year continually go from strength to strength. So Rolexes are out and Garmin's are in for 2024.
Yeah.
That's it. You see everyone leaving their good watches at home now, and everyone's got a sports watch on. So. Which is great because they're tracking their health 24/7.
Yeah, and
Almost makes me want to sell all my
No, don't sell
my
it.
watches.
No. But it almost puts everybody on level ground now when you go to a fancy event or anything. It's not about people showing off their watches because everyone's got a smartwatch now.
Exactly.
And it's nice. I like seeing that.
Right?
Yep, exactly right. Yep, we all have them on. So it's nice. Maybe you get your good watch out for something special, but majority of the time you walk into a meeting and everyone's got a sports watch on, and it's a topic of conversation straight away. So it's also a good way to go into health.
Well, I'd be excited to see Rolex maybe partner up with someone like an Android watch or Apple, because Hermes has partnered up with Apple already, right?
Yeah.
They have their
Just the
Hermes.
face, basically,
Just the
right?
face,
Yeah.
yeah, and the straps, the face and the straps. and to see the other brands do something like that as well. I'm sure that'll happen.
I'm sure it will. I think that they will all sync and combine at some stage.
Yeah. Okay, traffic.
Super. Stand by, Nat. We're going back on air in a while.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the AYE towards the MCE after the Alexandra Road exit, avoid lane 1. An accident has been spotted. Same situation on North Buona Vista Road. This is after Holland Drive. Avoid the left lane. Another accident has been reported. And finally on the SLE towards the CTE before the TPE exit, look out for a broken down vehicle. Stay safe today.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. In just a while, Electric Mornings with BYD. But right now, we are still with Rockstar Arms' Natalie Dow. Nat, one last question before we let you go. Is there anything else of interest to look out for this year in terms of health and fitness?
Yes, wearables. So leave that Rolex at home, get your Garmin on because everyone else is wearing them and they're tracking. Data is a whole nother conversation around what people are tracking, but you will find walking into a meeting at work, most people are wearing a smartwatch nowadays. So, go out and get yourself one. Yeah.
My friends are all wearing Garmin golf watches, and they swear by them.
Oh, do they? But speaking of smartwatches, I always wear my Xiaomi Watch S1, right? And my birthday is coming up, right? I'm actually giving someone the chance to win a pair of the same Xiaomi S1 Xiaomi Watch S1s for my birthday giveaway on the 29th of January.
Really?
But that's just part of the prize that's worth more than $3,000. So stay tuned. We're going to be doing something special.
How about that? Because it's a big 5-0, you see?
Yes.
So she's got a big hamper of prizes she's giving away.
Worth more than $3,000. Yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to give you all the details.
Okay,
awesome.
Nat, before we let you go, anything else you'd like to say to the Kiss 92 listeners?
No, I know it's been raining out there. We've had a lot of rain, but still get yourself out there, get exercising, and do not use the weather as an excuse not to do anything.
Good idea. No excuses. FD, are you listening, FD?
He's probably listening to us right now, and
he just turned it off.
Maybe he's brisk walking.
Oh, yes, maybe. Yeah, no, I don't think so. He's planning what to have for breakfast. That's what. Thank you so much, Natalie. We have Nian Tjoe coming on, so we're going to say goodbye to you and see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Nat.
Have a good week.
All right, stand by. Nian Tjoe, our senior transport correspondent, is coming up in just a while. It's our very, very first show collaborating with BYD, and we've got so much to talk about. I'm going to ask Nian Tjoe if he was at the BYD Roadshow or not. And
that's right.
We've got some photos from the BYD Roadshow. We've got a video as well from the BYD Roadshow. It was so well received over the weekend. It was unbelievable.
Nice. Excited to hear all about it.
It's fantastic.
All right. Where are you going?
No, I just want to... So we're going to be playing the opener in a while, right? Yeah. Okay, super.
All right. Okay.
Right after this song. Yeah, let's just do it right after
Nian
this
Tjoe,
song.
good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How's it going?
Haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yes, since last year.
This is true. How were your holidays?
I'll keep
How was your
using that.
Christmas and New Year's and everything like that?
Was good. I mean, still hard to believe that the year's over and then this is the new one.
Yeah.
Like almost in my head, January's done.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
just
man.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
just
yeah,
about
just
halfway
about.
mark. Yeah.
It's true. After Chinese New Year, it'll be like, okay.
Good Friday and
Yeah.
then June holidays and then, New Year's again.
Got it.
Oh my goodness, look at us.
Yeah.
Doom and gloom.
But it's really scary.
It is scary.
It's scary but fun though.
Yes. Yeah, kind of good stuff coming. I mean, we always start the year having a lot of hopes, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
Whether in terms of what can happen, what we want to do. Yeah, so let's see.
I was online yesterday because there's an act that's coming down in June. So I've been looking out for basically
Tickets?
Tickets going up for sale already, and I saw, oh my God, June.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, June will be here.
Before you know it.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be another year, the end
Yeah.
of another year. And I'm thinking, like, oh my goodness.
Listen to our show when you want the years to pass really quickly. Yes. So we're all in January already discussing
Yeah.
Christmas, right?
So today is going to be the very first Electric Mornings by BYD. Were you at the roadshow, Nian?
Yes, I was there on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, checking out some of the new products that they have
Okay.
from BYD.
Your thoughts?
I mean, hey, this is to us BYD is not like so old,
Yeah.
right? And
yeah.
yet and yet the when you see the sort of lineup that they have, I mean, it covers a decent bit of ground, from the more accessible cars that more families would need.
Yeah.
And then I think they were just showing this new Denza.
Yes,
this
the Denza
multi-
9.
Yeah, that thing is, I mean, it takes you to the next level when you're thinking about, like, what would I get my chauffeur to use or something.
Oh,
So it covers
nice.
this big, very good range of products, which I think is important if you want to be taken seriously in this game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
No, that was huge. I went to the Denza as well. And, I can just picture like families buying the Denza when it does hit our market.
Yes.
You know,
Wow,
because the one
that's-
that they had on display was a left-hand drive,
Yep.
not for sale.
Yep.
But with the way families are now, purchasing these bigger vehicles,
Yes.
especially families that have, a number of, as in like bigger families, their choice is something like the Denza.
This looks quite amazing because it's all teched up. It looks super luxurious on the inside.
Yes.
It's got screens on the back of the chair and the
Yes.
seats
Yeah.
as well. It's almost like a MPV limousine style
It is,
vehicle. Is it electric?
It is electric.
It is electric. Wow.
Everything,
BYD.
that is associated with,
With BYD is
is
electric. Oh my
is electric.
gosh, that's pretty special. Okay, we're
Yeah.
coming up.
Okay, stand by.
So much for my happy ending.
Get ready for Electric Mornings on The Big Show, brought to you by BYD, Singapore's #1 selling EV brand, driving the electrification wave in Singapore. All right, we're so very excited to be collaborating with BYD. From today, every Monday morning, 8:30 a.m., it'll be Electric Mornings with BYD. And just a shout out to the great team at Vantage Automotive. We spoke to Mr. Anthony Tjoe yesterday, who's the managing director. And of course, we met Wei Rong and we met Azlan as well. Great job, guys, because it was a fantastic weekend. The roadshow was a tremendous success.
And to kick off Electric Mornings with BYD, we have our senior transport correspondent, Nian Tjoe, with us in the studio today. And we were just chatting on the Big Show TV how you were at the BYD showcase at Suntec City from Thursday to yesterday, right? And what were your thoughts on what they had on display and what the future is like for electric vehicles?
Well, I mean, I think the appeal for me when I was at the show was that, hey, this is a pretty established player in the automotive space, because we are talking about cars that are on one side as like the Atto 3. I think it was pretty accessible. This is the sort
Yep.
of car that younger or smaller families can use. And then on the other end of the scale, they previewed this big giant of an MPV, right? Of course, it's electric and all.
The Denza 9.
Yes, the Denza. And I mean, prior to this, I had some experience trying out some of their products. I used to get on their nerves, asking about, hey, what's this and what's that, and more important, I think something else that may not be so obvious from the roadshow is that, look, these guys, the it's not talking about that product itself, but also it gives me the sense of confidence in terms of the things that are around it. One example with EVs, oftentimes we're at this age where, I think previously we talked about smartwatches and what have you, right?
Yeah.
You want to connect to the car. And electric vehicles, a big part of it is you want to know, hey, what's the state of charge on my battery now, or
What's the range?
what's the range, and sometimes like, dude, where's my car? You want to locate the car.
Yeah.
And these are the things where, a lot of the electric vehicles in the market today already have them, but there are also those that don't.
Yeah.
Right? And BYD is one of those that have it. I tried it and it works pretty well.
Yeah.
And more than that, is just also, I guess, is things that we're accustomed to in terms of the the comfort features or the refinement and impression. I mean, I drove maybe 2 of the 3 models now.
Okay.
And it feels like
There's the Atto, the Dolphin,
The Seal.
the Seal.
I was greedy. I went for the Seal.
Yeah, me too.
So that's that high performance one that
Yeah.
does, sub 4 seconds to, rearrange your organs. The thing was that it feels like this is and to get really nerdy on this, right? We start with the Atto 3 and it feels like, okay, this is the car I said, the accessible one.
Yeah.
And the Seal is the aspiration one, the one that you say, hey, I want to do something better. And the cars feel like same family, but
Yep.
you know which is the bigger brother, which is the younger one. And so there's a certain maturity in terms of product development.
Correct.
I mean, having access to cars and all that for the good more than 2 decades, although I'm only 24, is that these things speaks well of where they can go.
Yes.
Which, I mean, you want to, take a bet, this is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think BYD, they're leading the way, and how timely that they are the number 1 EV brand in the world right now to do this. For
Yeah.
example, I mean, this segment that we're doing right now, it's to educate everyone. And for anyone who has any questions about EV, planning to get an EV and all that, BYD is leading the way right now with this segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they can actually, get in touch with us via Facebook and ask us questions. We'll have experts, for the next 10 weeks, to answer all your questions. And take the Roadshow, for example, the Atto 3, right? There's a Cat A version and a Cat B version.
Yes.
Right? And the Seal, there are 3 variants as
Wow,
well.
so there's something for
there's-
everyone.
Exactly, there's something for everyone. And we're very, very proud to be working with BYD to lead the way. We're talking about the EV revolution here.
Yeah, and we're going to be going on to the Big Show TV. So join us on YouTube and Facebook. We're talking a little bit more about how BYD is actually driving the adoption for EVs in Singapore. Things like, value for money, the technology, the quality. So let's have a chat there.
All right, right now here's Addison Rae featuring Charlie XCX to Die For on KISS 92.
So I was talking to Glenn earlier because Glenn obviously was at the roadshow yesterday at Suntec City. I wasn't. And, I was like, so how much is the cost of
An Atto 3.
Atto 3? And when he told me the price, I was like, without COE, right? And he's like, no, with COE. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Under 140,000.
Under 140,000, that's almost unheard of in Singapore. And obviously, now is the time to do it because the COE prices are relatively low compared to what they were last year. So how do you, terms of value for money, as a senior transport correspondent for the Straits Times, what are your thoughts?
Take the bus.
No, that's not what you're meant to say.
Well, I was...
An electric bus.
An electric bus by BYD.
Actually, that's something I was trying to allude to is the fact that, this brand, right? They are really in so many fields. It's buses, it's trains, it's of course cars. And it speaks well because fundamentally, my understanding or my knowledge of this brand is that they started out in the business of making batteries. So this is the basic building block, right? The electric car is electric in front of car. So
Yeah.
the electric part, they have to be pretty good at it, having been established.
They have the best battery anyway.
Yes.
The Blade battery.
Yes.
The Blade battery.
So there's that development, the knowledge that's over there. But the other thing that I think coming to the value part of things is that the reality now we need to recalibrate pricing for cars now. If all goes well, high COEs and all those scary numbers would move, will pass. So what naturally happens, or what will be a reasonable expectation, is that as prices come down, really more people are interested in cars again. And because it becomes more affordable. So something like this, like the Atto 3, we talk about Cat A and Cat B, which is the lower power and higher power, right? The lower power goes into what's typically the cheaper type of COE, the Cat A COE.
Yep.
So that's how this affordability and this value for money argument comes in.
Yeah.
Right? And actually, right across, you will see that they're going to have lots and lots of this sort of alternatives, which I think is great for consumers. So you gotta be the smart shopper, but you also have the power of choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've tried the Atto 3. It's easy to be wowed by the tech. Okay, but I'm of the certain vintage. I'm not so keen on the tech as much as the screen is nice and big with all the touch, the haptics and all that. But I come back to the fact that this car feels like it is built by people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Built
Right?
by a driver as well. Because sometimes
No,
you
they're
get into a
passionate.
car, but you get into a car and then you're like, why did they put this here? And what is the meaning behind certain things? But like with the BYD, everything belongs in.
There,
In
Angel
particular,
is sounding
yes.
like Rod Stewart now. Everybody.
That's right.
Come on.
Yes, good morning, Rod.
It's things like the the technical term is the handshake, right? I mean, there's the bit of how you, from your own mobile tech, to have this handshake with the car, right? All this infotainment and all this syncing up, that works without question, right? But I think what's more interesting, or what I'm more nerdy about, is the fact that the things where you have touch points, right? I mean, believe it or not, there was a time when Chinese cars are not, it's not that exciting because people, this is like, if you know,
The motor cars, right?
So
regular cars.
We're at this stage where this big step change, and you can almost forget what it was 15 years ago, and you come back to this car and go like, if you block out the name, and then where is this from? I don't know, but I'm willing to try because it gives you a certain sense of confidence. Just things feel a little bit more solid, right? So I mean, with the R3 is a good example. With the Seal, I think that ups the game because just the fact that it's a more expensive car and competing in a more premium segment.
Yeah.
You have higher expectations.
Yeah.
And I mean, from my time driving that car, running around with it, it feels, they're up there.
It's really nice. I mean, it's such a good-looking car as well. Everyone's talking about the Seal. When I put up a post, everyone thought I had bought the Seal already, and I was lucky enough to drive it for 5 days and be able to tell everyone who got in touch with me, what a great drive, it was. And I think all of them rushed down to Vantage, automotive, for a test drive as well. And I encourage anyone who's interested, to go down to Vantage Automotive and just test drive your favorite BYD vehicle.
And there are so many on offer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Once again, it's the Dolphin, there's the Seal, as well as the Atto 3, the Cat A, as well as the Cat B versions.
Nice.
Can we name drop? We say Glenn sent us.
Sure.
Of course.
But whether or not you get a discount, I don't know.
Only for 5 days.
Hey, we've got a video of, for those of you who didn't make it to Suntec over the weekend, this was the turnout. And, this is not even when it was
Crowded.
really crowded.
Nice. Good crowd, though.
It was really awesome. Can you see us? No. Were we there at this point? I think, we had left already.
Just look for the pink T-shirts, right?
That means when we left, we took a lot of the crowd with us, huh? All left or so. Okay. No, it's still
nice. Look at that.
really crowded.
That is a very good crowd.
Just imagine, while we were there broadcasting live, it was maybe double the number of people.
Look at
there.
the Seal, man. Seal's really, really nice. There you go, Kiss 92.
And that's parkour red, by the way, in case you're
Parkour
wondering
red?
what kind of red that is.
Okay, and that's the Denza in the
that's
front?
the Denza 9.
Okay.
D9, yeah.
That's the Denza 9.
D9, yeah.
And the Dolphin, my favorite color, Maldive purple.
I love how everything's like so sea related. I mean, is there a story behind that? Because if you've got the dolphin, then you've got the seal, then you've got the atoll, and then you said the Maldivian blue or Maldives blue.
That'll be something I think someone from Vantage Automotive will be able
tell
to
us, right? Yeah, I
to
want
tell
to know
us a little bit more of.
I want to know the inspiration behind all the sea related names.
But I think it's quite obvious that there is a
theme
relation
there,
and
yeah.
there is a reason.
I'm sure.
A very interesting story, I'm sure. All right, going back on air. The Black Eyed Peas, Boom Boom Pow, right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Welcome to Electric Mornings with BYD. Our guest for today is Nian, Tjoe, our senior transport correspondent. Now, in terms of the EV revolution here in Singapore, the adoption of EV cars, is it on a steady rise? Nian,
No.
Tjoe?
I would say it's on a step change.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? I mean, we're talking about not so long ago when EVs were a novelty, right? Actually, these days, if you just keep a lookout when you're on the ride to work or anything, that there are more and more of these cars, right? And it's not just cars, but of course with commercial vehicles and all that, it covers the whole spectrum. Electric buses, we're going to get more of them that's coming on stream this year.
Yes.
So the other thing is also there are more and more brands. So in other words, we're talking about variety. Otherwise, everybody will be out in the same make and model, the same color and everything. So this variety, I think, is also gives a good signal for anyone who's thinking of changing, that, hey, if my neighbor in the block or my colleague in the office has one, they tend to be more enthusiastic now, right? We're in this early adopter phase, and they'll probably effuse about their own experience. So I think the rest of us will just be on the side watching, right? I reckon that as prices start to come down a little bit, mellow down because of the COE development, the COE premiums, I think that will really push it up again to the next stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, BYD, they're leading the way right now. So, they're the ones, I mean, everyone is trying to catch up to, I guess. Why do you think people are looking towards BYD? Is it because the Atto 3 is more affordable
Is it a price thing?
than the other electric vehicles?
Actually, a few things that comes to mind. I mean, the product itself, I think it's once you hit a certain level of popularity, when you see a couple on the street, and I mean, they're in their own way, they stand out from the crowd. I mean, it's the way the lights, the way the lights are arranged, or the way the car stands, as it were. But beyond that, it's also at the same time that they were quite early in the game in terms of going for that affordability angle. Right,
Yeah.
affordable, but not poor, right? And
Okay.
there's an important difference here because it's coming. It came in at a time when COE prices were rising, and you go like nobody at that point buying an Atto 3 is going like, I'm on a shoestring budget. I just want a car. It's a choice. They chose, and with that you know as it gains traction, you see more of them on the road. The confidence level goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the same time, the other brands also coming in.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
But to me, BYD, they're looking at Singapore and going like, we want Singaporeans to have a choice,
Yeah.
right? So there is something for every Singaporean here.
Yeah.
You know, you can go for the Dolphin, you can go for the Atto 3, you can go for the Seal. We have something
For everyone.
in every variant for everyone.
For a different lifestyle, for a
Yes.
different size of family,
Yeah.
for different use.
Yeah, I think Singaporeans recognize that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a curious bunch if you think about it. It's a new shiny brand. You start seeing it and go like, I'm curious, and you go to this other point I was thinking about is the fact that also because oftentimes we're buying cars, right? I mean, yes, we are in the age where everything you want to just click buy and go, but you want to have a touch point, a physical shop to visit.
Yeah.
I've known the people at the dealership for BYD for a while. I mean, they've been in business for even a longer time.
Right.
I think on that front, it's gives you a little bit more confidence, especially when you're coming to a position where you go like, this is my first EV. I want to make sure that the other side, the party that I'm going to get a car from, is going to be around.
Yeah.
So I think on that level, it also addresses this need or this concern.
Okay. Let's continue to talk to Nian Tjoe on The Big Show TV. It's 8:47.
Wait.
Okay. We've got one more after this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so yes, people are getting more interested in EVs, but there are some people who are also still a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
They are cautious. They're cautious because of the fact that maybe they're not living in a landed, so they won't have a
Charging points.
charging point there. But I mean, for someone who's driving an EV myself, I don't have a charging point at my condo.
Yeah, and how's it been? Because that was your
It's been-
your sort of hesitance
And
before.
and there were a few
changing.
people whom we spoke to yesterday who had the same concern.
Yeah.
To which I told them that you don't have to worry because there really are charging points everywhere. And especially shopping centers and all that. And everyone goes to a shopping center, right? And it's so convenient. You go shop and then your car charges, and it depends on whether it's a DC charger or an AC charger.
So is that what you do? You charge as you shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the
that's
thing is,
easy.
I don't feel like I'm charging as often as I used to pump petrol.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm treating the whole charging process the same way I charge my phone. If I feel like, okay, the battery is low, then, okay, does anybody have a charger here? Then I'll just charge a little bit. I don't have to full charge it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it'll be able to last me until I have time. Maybe I'll go to obviously a familiar place that I already know, where I want to charge my car, and then I'll just let it charge, to 90%.
So it hasn't inconvenienced you like you thought you
It
would?
is not.
Right.
It is not.
Okay.
Now, especially, I've just received news that my condo, they're going to have a few charging
Oh,
points
nice.
there. So it's even better.
Congratulations.
But I think the government's doing a great job. I mean, as I said, more and more charging points are coming up. I just hope Okay, from experience, I just hope that we follow one standard, because there are certain charging points that are more user friendly than other charging
right.
points. You know what I mean? And I think maybe the government needs to do that. Another thing, Nian, Tjoe, I want to ask you. I mean, before we close, what's very important is when I got my EV, I had a $25,000 government rebate. That is no longer around. It was taken away at the end of the year.
Yes.
Are there other subsidies?
What happened
or
there?
What happened?
Well, this is the early adoption scheme. So it was something that was introduced to encourage the early adopters to
I
get on the
see.
EV train, right? So naturally with subsidies, or at least our understanding is that as adoption go up, a few things can happen. Number one, people naturally are more ready to commit. The other thing is also when you hit closer towards critical mass, the vehicles themselves also can come down in terms of the pricing. The tech becomes more affordable.
Yeah.
Right? So with greater circulation of these vehicles, the pricing also come down. But the other thing to also think about is that relative to the other type of incentives given out for cleaner, lower emission vehicles like hybrids and what have you, right? The drop for the electric vehicles, that subsidy, is actually less substantial than the drop in the subsidies for hybrid vehicles. So in that sense, if you can see, we're all nudging towards the so-called greener, the more sustainable solution. It's just a matter of moving the absolute number, but the proportion is still pretty high.
Right.
And I think the other thing to my opinion of things, my reading of things is that fundamentally we can talk about how much subsidies, but but what really matters to the consumer is it affordable? Do I see value? Right? And for us, in terms of affordability, is that total number, vehicle price, plus our huge taxes, which is world famous, and the subsidies.
Yeah.
Okay, and vehicle price includes that COE. So if we take that together and go, okay, we all believe that COE is going to come down, that subsidy, whether it's dropped by 5,000 or it's increased, I think we're okay.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
that bad. Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Is there a rebate at all right now?
There
Maybe
is.
a lower rebate, right?
Yeah, but I think I think my advice is really to look at that total number, right? Because most of us will be that fee that you commit to is expressed in your down payment, in installment, and your payment.
Right.
Oh, the EV early adoption scheme is extended to 2025.
Really?
Yeah.
But lowered by 5,000.
But
Lowered.
by-
Oh, okay,
lowered
okay.
by-
Okay, we're going back on there. One last time.
Do you ever get a little bit tired of life? Like you're not really happy, but you don't wanna die. Like a numb little bug that's gotta survive, that's gotta survive.
M by Hold with Numb Little Bug right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. You are listening to Electric Mornings with BYD. Our guest for this morning is Senior Transport Correspondent from the Straits Times, Mr. Nian, whom we've missed.
Yes, we have. It's been a while. So on the Big Show TV, we were talking about the EV Early Adoption Incentive Scheme because, Glenn, you got it when you got your electric vehicle. So it's been extended for 2 years to the 31st of December next year, 2025. For this year, the maximum rebate will be capped at $15,000 instead of the $20,000. So that's till January 2024.
That's right.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they're going to do next year. Maybe drop it by another $5. I don't know. But currently, it's capped at $15,000, which is still very attractive.
Yeah, because your COE price has gone down by
Down,
more
yeah.
than 5,000.
And
Yeah,
everyone's hoping for that to kind
Yeah.
of stay or lower, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that if anybody who is looking for, I mean, oftentimes in this line of work, we get people asking, hey, can I buy a car now? Can I buy a car later? It really is down to that affordability argument. And then with electric vehicles, and you go, does it fit your lifestyle? I think
Yeah.
today we got some insights on, you don't really need to hit 100% charging, or
Yeah.
you don't need to always charge it overnight. It's which I think comes back to that point I was trying to make, which is that other party when you're buying an electric vehicle from. Because you need this sort of counsel. You need to understand, okay, the person explained to you, okay, there's this range, it charges at this speed, but how do you actually use it? You need this is the challenge even for people who are selling these electric vehicles,
Yeah.
because they have to, you always used to just sell cars. Now
Yeah.
technically you're selling that filling station with it,
Yeah.
right? Whether to come with the charger, the charging credits, or the mobile charging solution which exists, so that people that come to your place give it a
And charge it up
Yes.
for
Yeah.
you, right? Yeah.
And you go, okay, so what's my mix? right? My routine, I need to go to the childcare every, I don't know, whatever. I need to go to the mall.
It's about
Yes.
planning, isn't it?
It is a little bit.
It's a
Yeah.
little
There
bit
is
about
a-
planning.
I think
yeah.
it's not so much planning, but habits. Once you
Habit,
establish
yeah.
what is your habit,
Yeah.
then it's not a topic anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like, I go to the gym at Velocity.
And you charge.
So then I just,
Yeah.
charge my vehicle. If I'm going to be, and everyone, okay, the moment you charge your car's done, please remove your car.
Yeah, of course.
Go park it somewhere else. So these days, the way I plan it is, especially if there's a DC charger and an AC charger, if I know I'm going to be there for about 3 hours, for example,
Then
I
you
AC
do
charge it.
Yeah.
Then, by the time I'm done after 2 hours or two and
So
a half
it's a
hours.
longer charge.
Yeah. Then I don't have to move my vehicle so soon.
But also,
Because if you use a DC, half an hour, you're done.
and you also get pinged, right? Once your car is fully charged, and then you can actually like stop shopping and go and move it, right?
Depends on which
App. Right, which charger you're using.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
But this
got it.
subject of idle charge, this subject of the charging experience with different vendors, I think that's actually in the process of being streamlined, because the law has kicked in.
Yeah.
So within this year, you're going to hear like by June, for example, that all the chargers must be registered.
Right.
Right? And the same way that the charging point operators actually have to comply to certain standards.
Yeah.
The rules are coming in to protect the consumers, right?
Yes.
One of those things I'm quite interested in is being able to pay for different vendors without having to download every app.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You're
yeah,
right.
Yeah. yeah.
So
That'll
that
be
makes it
great.
easy, right? When you are like out of your habit. and go,
Everything's
I
streamlined.
mean, this strange place I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with is a different vendor.
and then you got to download another app.
And
just
every
to-
vendor is a different system. That's the problem, you see.
And then you got to
That
put your
is
credit card in, and then you got to
a major
do all
problem.
that. Yeah.
I dare say right now that having driven and having charged for a while right now, the most user-friendly and dependable SP.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just...
Putting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is based on your experience. You're not, it's not anything else. Okay. Thank you, Nian Tjoe, for that very, very interesting talk. And this is the kickstart, once again, to our Electric Mornings with BYD.
Thank you, Ninjo.
Pleasure.
Thanks for tuning in to Electric Mornings on The Big Show, brought to you by BYD, Singapore's #1 selling EV brand, driving the